Hey everybody, how are you? Thank you for stopping by my channel. I was called to pull a Lightworkers Oracle. I will read from the book. I am one-armed because I'm wearing a sling right now, so I'm going to spread these cards out on to my bed, fan them out, and let's see, I'm not a lefty. I'm not a lefty, but I'm going to become a lefty after this. Okay, so I'm spraying the cards out. Okay, what is today? The heart transmission. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Massive heart opening today. I can feel it. I felt it last night. I did a quantum meditation last night. I did the same one today because it felt insane. It was derived from the Joe Dispenza meditation, but it was a female voice, and I felt something really opening up in my chest. This right now, it is about connecting with your heart and just untying any knots that have kept your heart, your love, your views of yourself just constricted. Our hearts have more intelligence than our brains, they say, and it is about heart coherence, and it's connecting the mind to the heart. So whatever is happening, if you're feeling like you just need to release and let go, this is your confirmation. It is time. It is time to not bring anything that is constricting your heart, the love that you have for yourself or for another. And again, it does not mean you have to start dating them again, remarry them, or invite them back into your friend group. There are things called healthy boundaries, but you don't have to carry a blocked heart in your next chapter of your life. And we are entering a new timeline, the next phase of our spiritual up-leveling. That's what's happening. So listen to your heart. It is aching to come out of the prison. We've all put our hearts in a prison to some extent, from some experience, from some past heartbreak. It doesn't matter what. It could be losing somebody that's passed on, a family member. It doesn't matter. Heartbreak is heartbreak. But whoever's passed on is urging you to release the heart, unlock that prison door, and just get the juices in the heart flowing again. Just really open up to the light. And for those that are reeling from a really bad breakup, just know that your higher self is urging you, these relationships had to show you where you are at, what you are transmitting as well. Because you only are what you kind of attract. And if you are finding yourself in a pattern or a repetitive cycle of, once again, attracting the same type of partner, then it's time to really go within and say, what is my heart telling me? Why am I feeling safe in some of these unhealthy connections? And nobody's bad, but it takes two to tangle, and both parties definitely need an unlocking of the heart. And really that boils down to loving yourself, really loving yourself. When you know what you are and who you are, you won't really accept anything but what equals the love that you're giving out. And if you happen to find somebody that is kind of masquerading the same love, you'll find out soon enough if it is, from the heart, or if they're just kind of love bombing you. Either way, listen to your intuition and say, hey, just because this isn't going to work out, it is no reflection on my value. I just know what I want, and I know what feels right. And I don't have to sacrifice anything, and I don't have to water down or dumb down my love for somebody. You want to find somebody that is of that sees you and can reflect the same amount of love. And usually once you get to that place where you are just a beam of loving light, I mean, you are already a beam of loving light, but it's up to you to recognize your beam of loving light. Once you do that, you won't rush into any relationship because your cup is already full. You will know if something feels good and if something doesn't, but you're not aching for somebody to fill any sort of void anymore when your cup is full. You're just like, oh, didn't work out, or something just didn't feel quite right, and that's okay. When you can say, oh my God, that's okay. That's okay. I'm happy on my own. I'm happy on my own, and I'm not aching for somebody to fill that void. That's also, really, really trusting in your heart and where you are aligned. But this is a massive heart opening that's happening across the globe. Definitely across the globe. I mean, I felt it last night, and I thought I was already doing the transmissions. I thought I already did this transmission. I already thought that I had enough meditations, but definitely not. We are evolving. It's almost like you will always be a student. You can become a teacher, but you will always be a student, because then there's just like the next phase and the next phase, and that's okay because you want to continue doing this work, feeling good. And if it means facing a challenge to grow, well, hey, you know what? Welcome to the adventure of life. But just know that whatever is happening in your heart center, let it happen. Okay, so I'll go ahead and read the card. It's number 37, which turns out to be a 10. So we are definitely ending a new cycle, and a 10 turns into a 1. So ending of a cycle and beginning a brand new cycle. So I love that. Love numerology. Let me go ahead and read. Okay, here we go. The heart transmission. Your heart is capable not only of giving and receiving love, but of connecting you to a great network of beings that resonate in the highest frequencies of divine love. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective rather than allowing the lower frequencies of the collective to overwhelm you. In a way, it's saying like when you allow this heart transmission to take place, you don't have to put your guard up. You can still be an empathetic soul, but you're radiating to the point where you feel so confident that when something, if you find yourself in an energy that is a little bit draining, you're not bashing yourself when it's happening. When you're still on that wobble, teeter-totter of, I don't know, I'm a, loving being and I'm doing all this work, but I still get affected by lower vibrational energy. That's probably saying that you haven't gone through like a full heart transmission, meaning like you don't worry about that. You automatically can pick it up. You can feel it and you go, oh, okay, that's what that is. And lovingly say to yourself, it's not for me. I'm not going to judge it. They're in a growth period. They're in a learning phase, but you don't take it personally. And really, really opening your heart is trusting in the divine, trusting in the guidance, trusting in your intuitive hits. I know sometimes when we get railed in a really, kind of toxic situation, whether it's family or a specific relationship or a friendship, I mean, you almost start to lose trust in your picker, in your intuition. You were thinking to yourself, oh my God, I thought this person was great. They were saying all the right things. Everything, I was like lighting up inside. But I think if you can really think back to those moments or in that relationship, there were probably some moments or red flags of this doesn't feel quite in alignment. When you really, really take your heart out of the prison cell, just remove those blocks, you will actually get a lot of clarity as well. When you lead with your heart, they always say, don't listen to your heart. You have to, because sometimes your heart can lead you astray. Not when you have done a full clearing. Because the first part of that heart clearing is loving yourself and knowing what you deserve. And it's not like I deserve better. No, it's you just know what is authentic love, meaning I'm not looking to prove anything. I'm not looking to impress you. I don't have to be or do anything to feel some really beautiful connection with another, whether it's a friend or a romantic partner. It doesn't have to be that way. You can just be you. And you are so okay with being you because you have discovered the only love that is like absolutely number one that needs to be prioritized is the self-love. And then the other love really comes quite easy. And then you don't have to worry about picking up some energy vampire. You're like guarded, like, oh, now I'm doing all this work. I'm, radiating light and, people are going to come out of the woodworks. I mean, they may, but it's not going to scare you. You're not going to be worried about it anymore. Okay, let me continue. Working with group energy is a leap on the spiritual path with risk, but also great reward in terms of empowerment to manifest your life mission. The risk with group energy is mitigated when you approach it from the heart rather than the head. The mind can argue one point of view and then immediately and convincingly argue its opposite. The heart, however, either feels something resonates or it doesn't. Exactly what I just said. People say, don't lean with your heart. You need to be logical about things. No. When you have a heart clearing, you will just know what feels aligned and what doesn't. And your mind is kind of where the eagle is like sitting in the bushes, ready to pounce, can really kind of mess you up. The heart, however, either feels something resonates or it doesn't, whether or not there's a logical explanation for it. The mind can be seduced by those who tell you they have great spiritual power, but this will instantly trigger intuitive warning bells in your heart. For those with genuine power, do not need to convince you of it. That's exactly what I'm saying. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. You just are. And when somebody is reflecting that like understanding of you, somebody that truly sees you, you don't really feel like you need to, oh, sorry, my hip is bothering me. You don't need to prove anything to them. Nothing. You just are. You just am. I am as I am. True love doesn't mean you have to persuade them into saying you are a guru or you are a life coach or you're on this spiritual journey. You don't even have to. You are walking the walk and talking the talk when you are truly have this open heart. And again, you have so much confidence in yourself, but it is not from an arrogant place. It is from a loving place. And not only that, is you are freely sharing your confidence in others because you know that they are children of God and they also deserve love, but they especially deserve to love themselves from themselves. And for somebody that really has had a heart opening, they will sit with another and just even with a simple gaze say, you're good. You think I'm going to judge you for shit you've done? Absolutely not, because nobody's perfect, but they will make you feel safe. Really, they will. The heart is the key to deciding where you offer your devotion. When you offer devotion to the group consciousness that loves you unconditionally, your heart feels safe, loved, and an inner knowing of the rightness of that group for you, whether that group exists on the earthly plane or in a spiritual dimension. That's why when you're on this journey and you're doing like this kind of work, you might find yourself kind of by yourself, but you don't feel lonely. You might be alone, but you don't feel lonely. Okay. For as long as it gives you life, broadens your horizons, nourishes your truths, and empowers you to live your destiny, that group is serving you. If you do not experience these positive effects, if you feel drained, confused, or that your issues are not resolving as you work with this group, listen carefully to your heart and question whether it is indeed the right place for you to be. It is important to also work with groups that you can serve. Although you may love your family, for example, they may not be the group you can best serve. Perhaps those who are open, willing, and receptive to your spiritual gifts are outside your family. Perhaps your family can benefit spiritually from you in the role of mother or son or daughter, but not in the role of spiritual mentor. That message was for me because sometimes I try to inject a little bit of my spiritual mumbo jumbo to my teenage daughters, and they're like, "Mah." And I'm just like, you know what? I just got to be mom. And sometimes I'm not a great mom when it comes to listening because I'm so quick to wanting to give my advice from a spiritual standpoint, kind of like forgive, give them grace, be compassionate. But I'm doing too much talking and not enough listening. And I know that. Oh God, do I know that? And I haven't perfected it yet. I still interrupt. I still want to just no, all you have to do is this and everything will be fine. Let it pass. And they're like, Mom, we just need you to shut up and listen. And they're right. I need to just be a mom and listen and validate their feelings. It's crazy. On the other hand, some groups may want to feed off you, but not learn to do for themselves. They may wish for you to give them the answers to their problems. They may not be willing to develop the trust, courage, confidence, and empowerment that is required to take responsibility for their own relationship to the universe, which is needed so they can grow in soul wisdom through their life experiences. Your heart may guide you to withdraw your services from such people because you love them and want them to grow. Your heart will guide you to operate differently with different people. You may be guided to explore hobbies or interests that lead you to the next group that your presence can assist. The heart will also guide you when it is time to move on. The transmission of the heart gives a truthful assessment of the interaction of your frequency with the frequency of a group. Is it mutually raised? Then this is a spiritually constructive connection. Is it diminished? This will not be so helpful. The heart empowers you to know when to work with others, for how long and in what way. Trust it. The more you do, the more groups which can bring great benefit to you and to the planet can enter into your world. Wow. Here's your invocation. I have gratitude now for the heart transmission that guides me through universal love into the group consciousness that can best serve the greatest good and my own divine destiny. I ask for protection, insight, clear knowing, and clear feeling to guide me through the many groups that I will love and work with spiritually this lifetime. Oh, I can't wait to meet you guys. May all my group involvements be constructive. May love, light, and power increase in me and upon the earth through all group work. Blessed by grace. May the unconditionally loving ones help all group endeavors attain spiritual success through my own free will and divine love. So be it. So be it. If you have been thinking about becoming a healer, I mean, we're all healers actually, but really choosing this as your life's work, perhaps turning it into an income stream, which nothing wrong with that. And I've certainly visualized group gatherings in different countries, even, especially countries where there were groups that felt very oppressed, maybe in Asia. And it just, it's cultures that, even to this day are, a little bit kind of stuck in age-old societal beliefs. And again, I am not judging any belief system or old traditions or customs or a way of living, but I've had these visions of me attracting people that are looking to break away, to be able to look in the mirror and say, hey, just because I'm a woman in this society, I am still valuable. I'm still important in at least God's eyes, but I want to feel God's love running through me, and I don't know, I've had those visions. But you may have this message this message is for those that have been thinking about starting up a healing practice, perhaps in, with a group, doing a retreat, conducting a circle of some sort, meditation circle, a gathering of some sort, a small mini seminar. This is your sign. Go for it. Go for it. And if you're ready to do it, you've gone through the heart transmission, but you're going to go through many more, and it's going to be a beautiful unfolding. Oof, I can already feel it. So anyways, thank you for listening. This is your message for the day, for the week. I don't know. I just jump on when I'm feeling called to pull a card from whatever deck I'm carrying. But today it's from Alana Fairchild's Lightworker Oracle. I felt pulled. This is what I pulled. And hopefully this message resonated with somebody out there. But lots of love, light. Thank you so much, truth seekers, for getting through this video. I appreciate you. Till next time, take care.